Okay, I'm going to walk you through the process of how to turn in your CBA. Once you've finished your pre-writes, once you have finished your drafts, what do you do next to put this all together now? So you should have your graphic organizer done, you should have your pre-writes done, you should have your drafts done, and they're basically in final product ready to turn in. So what do you do? The first thing I want to point out to you is you can always use this overview to give you any directions you need. This is located in here under the CBA 01, under where it says CBA Overview. And this will also give you the order in which you're going to turn in your CBA when you turn in your final paper. This is the order that it goes into. So make sure you pay attention to that. Remember, each one of these should be on a separate paper in the final paper. Okay? So I just wanted to point that out to you. So now let's go back here. And so we finished our different things on here. So we finished. So you have finished all these different things. So you're now ready to put together your CBA 06 Constitutional Issue CBA. You want to put it together. So what we should do is open this up, and you'll see your name right here. You just click on it, and now you have the overall project ready to turn in. So you put in right here whatever your issue is. Right below it, you'll type in that issue. So if this is gun control, or if it's gun rights, you decide. Whatever your side you're on, you put in your name, and then put in here your period. Then you go down here to the next page is where you're going to put your final project at. All right, so let me walk you through how to do that. So you go back up to your tabs, back out of this assignment, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our drafts right here. We're going to move them over to our CBA 06. So what you do is you open this up, you go to your first one, which is the issue position. If you look on your overview, that'll tell you it's the first one. You're going to come right here. You're going to copy, and how you do this is hit Control A. That'll highlight everything. And then you hit Control C, and then you're going to go back over to the tab you have on the top that has your finished project done on it right here, where you're going to put your finished project. Click right there in the corner and hit Control V, and voila, it moves over. The big thing you want to make sure is this is in Calibri, or Calibri, however you say it, 12, and your title is in Calibri 24. Then we'll want to come over here and scroll down to the next page, and then we'll do the same thing for the next one. So we'll come back here, we'll go to the next one, which is the what is the issue. We'll take this, Control A, Control C, go back over to our tab, then we skip down to the next page here, and we hit Control V. And notice that the highlighting is already in here for this. So I did it and this person did it in their drafts. So if you don't know what to highlight, let's go back and just talk about that real quick. Again, this is the order in which you're going to put this on there, each one on a separate page. Then you come down here. These are the components. You should check to make sure you have all these components in like you're supposed to. Here are the things you have to highlight. First, in blue, you need to highlight the democratic ideal in blue. So remember, those are the ideals that were in your citizenship handbook on page 1. Then you want to do, on page 4, the ideals like life, pursuit of happiness, etc. Then what you want to do is you want to highlight the principles of the government. That one, you want to highlight just the terms again, just like you did for the ideals. You want to highlight that in purple. That'll be like separation of powers, popular sovereignty, civil rights, human rights. Then for the constitutional connection, you'll want to make sure you've highlighted the preamble, whatever part you use, if it's we the people or in order to form more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense. Whatever part you use, you're going to highlight that in green. Whatever amendment you use, you want to highlight in green. Remember, with the amendment, it's very important that you not only tell me what amendment number it is, but you'll also want to give me the actual words of the amendment and then explain what those words mean in a summary, elaborate on that, and then explain how it supports your position. That's very important to do. So again, not only just give me the Second Amendment, tell me the actual words of the Second Amendment. By the way, you should cite that in your bibliography and a parenthetical citation to go along with the amendment. And then again, make sure that you put down the actual words. Then you can summarize what those words mean and then explain how that supports your position. And then court case, all you have to do is highlight the name of the court case. And then again, don't forget to explain how that supports your position. So those three things will be highlighted in green. In yellow, it should be in the common good section where you have some data, some facts, some statistics, some surveys, your testimonials, whatever you use, anecdotal story, whatever you use, you should highlight that entire sentence or sentences in dark yellow. In light yellow, you should highlight the other side's main argument and your rebuttal telling why that side is not correct. And that also should be in your common good. In gray, you should highlight why is this issue important today. Don't forget about that, and it should be in your what is the issue section. In pink, your parenthetical citations should all be, that's again just the parentheses part at the end of a sentence that you put with the last name of the author, comma, the date, either that it was made or it was accessed. So don't forget to do that. Again, if there's no author's name, then just the first few words of the citation in your bibliography. So make sure there is a source in your bibliography that goes along with this parenthetical citation. Okay, so once you've done all those things, you're again ready to come back to here. I just want to make sure you remember that part. But you will then just go through and cut and paste each of these from the drafts and put them into your final project, which is right here. And so I'll want to take the next one here. So I already have my issue position. Oops, did I already do this? Yeah, I did. Issue position, I already have my what is the issue. I'll go through each of them on this overview and just keep adding them in. So go to the government principles, democratic ideals, the common good, the who is involved, the constitutional connection, the call to action. And each one of those goes in order in your final draft. Once you've done all those, don't forget you have one more thing to put in. So you'll put every one of those in. And then your last thing that you should put in should be your easy bib, or if you didn't do easy bib, if you did a regular bibliography, that's fine also. Or if you did if you use Noodle Tools, that's fine. But if you use EasyBib, you just come up here to My Projects, click on make sure you've logged in using your Google account for school, and then go to My Projects. Then it should be able to click right on Bibliography. This gives me all of my different things here that I have, my different sources. Remember, one of them needs to be a primary source. That means directly from the people's words, okay? Directly from the whoever wrote it, their actual words. That's why I said this. The amendments work great for that one, okay? Then you come up here to export, and you're just going to say copy and paste, and it's going to copy it into another document. And you want to leave out this works cited. Since we're going to be calling it a bibliography, you don't need this part. But you do need all of these. So you take these, highlight them, you could do Control A and then just delete this works cited, or just highlight the ones you want and then hit Control C. Then you want to go back to here, go back to your bibliography, open that, go to your bibliography, and right below here, you're going to type in your sources. And so I go here and I click them. Notice these are in the wrong font, so I want to make sure I change these, the font wise, to here. I want to come up here and click on Calibri 12. I also want to make sure that I put a sentence in between each one, like so. Just like that. I have all of my sources listed here now. It looks nice and neat. So then now I want to go Control, if you notice how it's got this little blue background because I copied and pasted from that. That's no big deal. We can just come up here and highlight all these and turn it to none and turn off all the highlighting. That's just under this button right here. Then, all I want to do is hit Control A, Control C, and then I'm going to come back to my final project that I've done, which is this one, and I'm going to scroll down to the next line. See, I have all of them. Issue position. What is the issue? I just keep going through all of them from my overview, and then I hit Control V, and there the last thing should be my bibliography. Make sure I've done my highlighting. Make sure I've done my bibliography. Make sure I've done all these things. All 7 of them are in the right order on different pages. And so they're all ready to turn. And once you get to this point, you're ready to turn this in. Okay? So you can go to your Google Classroom, and once you go to that one, you'll go back. Oops, let me go back to that document here. So I got it all done in here. Let me find the right one. Here it is. I want to go back to my class, click out, and once I have everything done in my CBA 06, and everything is exactly the way I want it, all that with the title page, the 7 sections all separated by different pages, all highlighted. I have my bibliography. Everything except for the titles are in Calibri 12. The titles are in Calibri 24 with boldface. And all I do is once I have all that done, I'm just going to click Turn In. And then voila. Guess what? At that point, I am completely done with my CBA. You will have until 11:59 p.m. on April 8th. I had to look at the calendar. April 8th to be able to have this completely turned in so you don't lose any points. I hope this video helps, and that's all I got for you. Good luck.